It was my SBI PO interview. I was waiting outside the hall for my chance, and a calling bell rang, and I went inside. And I looked at all the panel members. There were four of them, and they looked back at me. And I stood there for some time. I was totally blank actually. And they asked me to sit. And I took my seat. I said thank you. And they started to ask me so many questions. I answered some. I did not answer some. And the interview got finished. They asked me to go out. So I came out. And then only I realized that I forgot to wish the panel members. I forgot to wish some of the very reputed personalities of SBI during my interview. Dear friends, such things will happen during our interviews. Welcome to my channel Rags to Riches. My name is Anurag and today I am going to speak about the preparation strategies for bank interviews. Friends, let's begin with the easiest thing first. That is nothing but our attire. Because when we are going for an interview, all the candidates will be looking similar only. Only the color of our shirt or trousers or chudidars or saris will be different. But everyone will be very formal. So it is not possible to outsmart them and it is not required also. We should look formal ourselves. That is the only thing required. So for gents, we should be wearing a light colored full sleeve shirt and a formal trousers and a formal shoes with lace or without lace is fine and a belt with small buckles. And the color of the shoes and the belt should be matching and the color of the trousers and the socks should be matching. And we should wear a tie also because some people will think like the tie is not required. Just a formal shirt and trousers and shoes and belt will do the job. But the thing is, with this attire, we can go for a movie or we can attend a wedding or we can even go to a park. But this time we are going for a bank interview, no? So we should be looking a little more formal. So a tie is always advised and the color of the tie should be in contrast with the color of the shirt. And our hair should be neatly combed and if we are maintaining a beard, it should be neatly trimmed or we should cleanly shave the beard. We should always avoid some threads or bracelet around our wrist and chain is also not advised. And coming to the jacket part, it is optional. Our interview panel members will be wearing the jacket. So there is nothing wrong in wearing the jacket. But if we are not comfortable with wearing the jacket and if we are wearing this for the first time in our life, then we will not be feeling good. So it may affect our confidence. So you can avoid it. But if you have the habit of wearing the coat, you can wear during our interview also. But while sitting, we should unbutton the jacket. That is the basic etiquette. Now coming to the ladies part, it is very easy for you people because ladies can wear both Indian and Western semi-formal or formal attires like suits, shirt and trousers or saris or chudidars. The only thing is the color should not be very catchy and the attire should not be very flashy, some golden embroideries and all. Such things should be avoided. And you people can have a little earring or a chain or one or two bangles. That is not quite a problem. And for both ladies and gents, we can have a little bit of perfume. And if we have the habit of wearing watches, it should be analog watch with a leather strap. Smartwatches are normally not advised because the displays may get flashed at some time and it may distract the panel members. So friends, this attire part is very simple and we should keep it simple. The only thing is we should be looking formal. Nothing more will do any benefit. So we should not spend too much time or money behind the attire. Now let's get into the documentation side. The documentation part is even more easier because all the required documents are mentioned in the interview call list and it is acting as a checklist. So we should arrange all the required documents mentioned in the checklist. And they are our graduation certificate, our mark list of all the semesters, our 12th certificate, our 10th certificate, our identity cards like Aadhaar, Voters ID, passport, driving license, etc. And the printout of the application form for IBPS and for SBI, they will be sending a separate biodata form. We need to fill it. And for EWS candidates, we should bring our income and asset certificate. For OBC and SC/ST candidates, we should bring our caste certificate. and NOC for those who are working for government offices or PSUs. Such basic things are required, and all of them are very easy to arrange. And in case of SBI, they may ask for character certificate, identity certificate, etc. So that we need to arrange from some government offices. That is also not a big problem. So if we have all these things, our documentation side is done. And for photographs also, if they are asking for 4 photographs, we should bring 6 or 8 photographs. Photographs are always required now. And photocopies also, we should be bringing the photocopies of all the originals, and it is always better to have one additional set of photocopies. If they are asking for 1 set of photocopies, we need to bring 2 set of photocopies. If they are asking for 4 set of photocopies, we should bring 5 set of photocopies. So all the documents in original and in photocopies we should bring. That is all about the documentation part. Now let's get into the most important area, that are interview questions. These interview questions can be of 3 types: personal questions, general questions, and banking related questions. For these personal questions, we should have all the answers readily available, because we have enough time to prepare for all the personal related questions. Like, tell me about yourself. So you can tell, like, sir, my name is so and so, I am coming from this place, I completed my graduation in this particular field from this particular college in this year. My family consists of these members, they are doing these things. That's it. Keep it simple. Then they will ask, what is if your father is working in an oil industry, then what is the reason behind the increase in oil price? Because you are living with your father for more than 2 decades, and you are supposed to know the reasons behind the fall or increase in the price of oil. That is the concept of these questions. Okay. Or if you completed graduation in mechanical engineering, then they can ask, like, which was your favorite subject? Thermodynamics. Then what is entropy, enthalpy, things like that. We are supposed to know some basic things. It is as simple as that. And some questions related to hobbies. If your hobby is reading, then they can ask, like, what kind of books do you read? Who is your favorite author? Why do you like him? Which are his famous works? Why don't you read these books? They can ask things like that also. So we should prepare answers for all the expected questions. And what are your greatest strengths? Sir, I am a very good team player. Then they will ask, why are you saying that you are a team player? Then we should tell some examples. Sir, during my college days, I was the member of this particular club. We had done so many things like that. What are your greatest weakness? Sir, I have some weakness. It should not be adversely affecting our qualification. Like, sir, I am taking a little more time in drafting some mails and all, because I am making sure that the mails are error free. So I am reading that draft 2-3 times so that I can avoid any possible errors. I can send it with confidence. So we are taking too much time, that is our weakness, but there is a positive also, because we are trying to make it error free. So but no one knows what are your particular strength or weakness. You need to find it with the help of your friends or family members, and you need to draft the answers, and you need to keep it ready. When they are asking, you should be ready with your answers. Then they will ask, like, why do you want to become a banker? See, he completed his MSc Physics in 2019, and he was jobless for last 3-4 years. His why is different from a person who completed his graduation in 2021 and working as a manager in some industry. There is another lady who got married in 2015 itself. She has 2 kids also. She also wants to be a banker. All the whys are different. I completed my graduation in 2011 and I joined as a mechanical engineer in Sharjah in 2011 itself. I had a long 10-year career in UAE. I came back to India in 2021. My why is different. So this why should be very convincing and very genuine. If you don't have the answer, you need to frame it in a very genuine and convincing manner with the help of your family members or friends, because they know you very much. But if you are paying someone like 3,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees and you are asking them to create an answer, it will not work. because you and those who are around you will know you better than anyone else. Okay, so why do you want to be a banker is a very important question, and you should have a very good answer before you going for an interview. And when they ask you this question, you should answer it in a very good manner. Talking about the general knowledge questions, they can ask anything, literally anything under the sky. In my case, a madam has asked me, what is happening between US and Canada border? So I told her the answer, and she was like, what is the reason behind it? So I answered that also. Then she was again on the same question, what all actions are America taking to resolve this issue? See, they can go deeper and deeper if we are answering more and more. And another sir was asking what is wrong with Russia and Ukraine. It was before the beginning of Russia-Ukraine war. They asked me who is the president of IBM, which portfolio was Nirmala Sitharaman handling in the first Modi government. See, any questions they can ask. And in your case, they can ask like what is wrong with Sri Lanka and Pakistan. They may not even mention about forex reserves. They may simply tell like Sri Lanka and Pakistan. So we need to connect. Otherwise, what is happening between US and China? US has shot down a Chinese spy balloon recently, no? So they can ask that also. Otherwise, global warming or the appointment of Rishi Sunak as UK's Prime Minister, anything they can ask. We cannot predict. So the only thing that we can do is gather as much information as possible, and that too in a good quality. We should have at least some deep knowledge about each topic. Okay, that is all about the general knowledge part. Now coming to the pure banking part. See, the banking related questions are very vast, but as we are going to become officers in public sector banks, we are supposed to have a fair knowledge about various topics related to banking and various terminologies also. That is why the interview panel is asking this much question, to make sure that this candidate is knowledgeable. Okay, and I'll read out some important topics, but this is just a single page, and this banking related questions are very vast. Please try to accumulate as much topics as possible, and please create short notes from your side. Still, I'll read out some important points. If you don't know any of these topics, please note it down. Okay, highlights of union budget, major announcement in the union budget, financial inclusion, small finance banks, payment banks, SURFACE Act, non-performing assets or NPA, priority sector lending or PSL, NEFT, NEFT, RTGS, UPI, SWIFT, IFSC, what are they used for, etc. Then liquidity adjustment facility, LAF, repo rate and reverse repo rate. What will happen if repo rate is increased? What will happen if it is decreased? Marginal cost of fund based lending rate or MCLR. Economic survey report, how was the growth of India in the last financial year, how it is projected in the coming financial year, etc. CRR and SLR, cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio. Then decentralized finance. You know what decentralized finance is? The transaction of currency without the control of any centralized bank or institution, like Bitcoin. So they may not ask you what is Bitcoin or what is blockchain technology and all. They may simply ask like what is DeFi, decentralized finance. So we should be knowing such terms also. Then what is the concept of flywheel marketing? In flywheel marketing, the customer will be at the center, and all the marketing strategy, all the products and everything will be around this customer. It is a customer centric approach basically. Then what is green banking? That is related to sustainability. Please take printout only if it is absolutely necessary. That is the thing of green banking. Not only this, but I just told you an example. Then this question was asked me in my SBI PO interview. Anurag, what is inflation? And I was very happy. Sir, I know the answer, and I said it. What is deflation? That also I said it. What is recession? And I was like, oh, I have heard these things too much times. Today also I heard about recession, but I don't know the definition. That's the problem. They can ask some very easy questions also, but we may not know the answer. So please note it down. What is the definition of recession? Okay. Then WPI, wholesale price index, forex reserve. What will happen if we don't have enough forex reserve? What are the problems happening in Sri Lanka and Pakistan because of this decline in forex reserve, etc. Then what are the applications of artificial intelligence? What will be the results of AI in banking, etc. Then what are the risks related to banking, machine learning? What is OPEC, OPEC? What are the OPEC countries? Moonlighting. This OPEC and moonlighting are coming under general knowledge only. Still I am saying what is moonlighting? Fintech companies, are they a threat to normal banks? Monetary policy and monetary policy committee. What is GDP? What is known as card tokenization? What is metaverse? Metaverse is also related to general knowledge only. Then what is central bank digital currency? Our Reserve Bank has released e-rupee as central bank digital currency. How it is going to work? Then what is happening with this Adani? What is this Hindenburg? What are the different types of check? What are known as negotiable instruments? What are the Basel norms? What is KYC? What is OVD, officially valid documents? What are the roles of RBI? What are CASA, current accounts and saving accounts? Why it is important for banks? Which are the types of accounts like NRE account, NRO account, FCNR, RFC, Nostro, Vostro, Noro, etc. What are known as unicorn companies? What is COP27, where it was happened this year, etc. They can ask anything. So my dear friends, acquire as much knowledge as possible for all the three topics that I have told: personal, general knowledge and banking related question. This personal type of questions, you people can predict it because it will be asked from your personal background only. So you think yourself what all questions can be asked and find out the answers well before the interview. Okay. Now let's get into some basic etiquettes that we need to follow during our interview. The panel members are not only assessing our knowledge, but all the time they are observing us also. They are assessing whether this guy is capable of handling customers as a public sector banker. So we will be having some habits from our childhood itself. If we don't know some answers, we will be scratching our head, or at times we will put our finger in our nose, or we will be doing like this. We will knuckle our fingers. We will be restless, or if the customer is talking, we will sit back like this and listening. All these behaviors will come during our interview also, because these are our basic instincts. So if we have these instincts, it's better to avoid at least during the interview, because these panel members are very professional and are capable of assessing a person just by looking at him for 10 or 15 minutes. They don't need a lifetime or one day, at least half a day to assess a person. Within 10 or 15 minutes, they will understand that whether he is a good guy or not. Even though he don't know the answer, or even though he do not wish them, or whatever he is not doing, or if he is doing something bad or good, ultimately they will judge him within that 10-15 minutes. So I'll tell you some basic etiquettes that you need to follow. As I told you before, please don't do such gestures during the interview. And the first thing is, knock the door before entering the room. Not only during the interview, wherever you are going, if the door is closed, please knock it before opening, because we don't know what is happening inside the room. Okay, so please take permission. Just knock it, open it a little bit and ask, may I come in, sir? May I come in, madam? Then they will ask us to come in. Then go inside and wish them, good morning, sirs, good morning, ma'am. No need to tell them good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning individually. That will not look good. That will make us a fool. Okay, just look at all of them and wish them good morning, sirs, good morning, ma'am. That's it. And please sit only after getting permission. Please don't go and sit directly. Okay, and after sitting, please say thank you. Okay, then they will ask question. Some questions we will answer, some questions we will not answer. Nobody is supposed to answer all the questions. No one can answer. Okay, so if we don't know the answer, please say like, sir, excuse me, I don't know the answer, but I'll find it out later. Otherwise, simply, pardon me, sir, I don't know. That's it. And during the attire section, I forgot to tell you two things. The most important attire that everyone should wear during an interview: smile and confidence. Always smile and be confident during an interview. You know, our heart will be beating like this because our English is very bad and we don't know anything also. But even though both these things are there, we should be smiling and we should be confident. I told you, our communication. By this time, you people have understood that my language is not that good. Even though I am speaking at least this much, this is also after too much preparations and all. Normally, my language is very poor. So most of you people will also be facing the same problem. But that is not at all a problem during interview, because when you face the interview panel, you people will understand that their English is also not world class. Their accent is also Indian accent. They may also make some basic grammar mistakes and all. That things will happen. But if you know the thing and you are a genuine person, you don't have to worry about your language. Okay? And as I told you before, don't sit like this. Okay? Please sit straight or incline a little bit forward, which shows your interest. Like, ma'am, I am very interested in your questions. I am very eager to answer. Even though we don't know anything, we should act like this. We should show our interest, genuine interest. We are not acting actually. If you are genuinely interested in a conversation, we will be sitting like this only. Yes, please tell me something. I am ready to answer. Okay. Then maintain eye contact. If someone is asking you a question, look directly into his eyes and answer it. Sir, PSL is this. Prompt corrective action is this. Look into his eyes and answer. And if they are asking something related to personal or something, don't bluff. As I told you, they are very professional. They will catch you. And if they catch you, what does it mean? You are supposed to become a banker and you are bluffing, which is not at all a good sign. Okay? That will be the end of your interview. So if you don't know something, please say it. Don't bluff. And one more thing is, this is also a COVID situation. No, COVID is coming again, so they may be wearing mask. Otherwise, you will be asked to wear a mask. So they will ask some questions, and you will be hearing like, "What? You won't understand that." Then you are like, you should not tell like this. You should ask him, "Sir, can you please repeat? I couldn't hear you." Then he will say, "What are Quad countries?" Then we will be like, "Sorry sir, I don't know." Simple. It's very simple. So friends, these are the basic etiquettes that we need to follow during our interview, which shows we are good persons, we are good human beings. We can serve our society, we can serve our customers in a good manner, we can be a good human being. Okay, so please follow all these basic etiquettes. And here is where the mock interviews come into play, because the mock interviewers cannot ask you or cannot predict the questions that can be asked, but they can tell you whether your attire is good, whether your attitude is good, whether your hand gestures are good, whether your personality is good, as a whole, whether your interview was good or bad. The question part, they can tell like, yeah, you answered this much question, you did not answer this much. That may not or may not come during our real interview. But in mock interviews, the assessment should be based on this: our personality, our attitude, our smile, confidence, our gestures, our knowledge level, and everything. And coming to the mock interview, the one thing I need to tell is, if you have enough money to spend for, you can definitely go for a mock interview, you can pay. So mock interviews are very helpful, and if you are not capable of paying someone thousands of rupees, please ask your relatives or friends or family members to take at least 2-3 mock interviews. And you should be professionally dressed during the interview. You should act like a real interview. You should knock the door, you come, after getting permission you sit, and they will ask questions. You should reply in a polite manner. You should consider it as a real interview. Then only you will get the benefit of a mock interview. Okay, so mock interviews are very helpful. You people should follow mock interviews. Till now you did not take any mock interview, please do it. Okay, so that is all about the basic etiquettes and mock interviews. Now as a whole, what I have to say is, the interview panel members are also humans. They know that we are nervous, we are anxious about our communication skills, our knowledge part. We very badly need this job. This is a do or die situation. They know all these things, and they will try to help us. If we know something and if we are not capable of communicating that idea, they will help us. Or if we don't know something and if we are not good at expressing that, if we feel bad that we are not knowing it, then they will like, if you don't know, we can go to next question, or don't worry, that is not a big problem. That will calm us down. Okay, they are also human beings. So that is why I ask you to smile. If you are smiling, they also will smile back. If you have some sense of humor, that will also help to a very good extent. So basically it is an interaction with the panel members, not an out of the world experience and all. You are going to meet some knowledgeable persons. They will interact with you, they will ask you some questions. If you are a good and genuine person, and if you can communicate your things in somewhat a good manner, then they will select you. So friends, wish you all the best for your interviews. I think I could contribute at least 1% for your preparation. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I will come with my SBI PO experience very soon. Bye bye for the time being.